Know that we are balancing you all to perfect end. You have the nature, as some others do, of being very somewhat serious and not wanting to make any mistakes in your path or take any wrong turns because of your dedication to wishing to achieve your spiritual goals as quickly as possible. It is playtime. It is playtime for all of you. As Babaji has said, it is time to play with the masters. Nevertheless, it is time to play. So there has been a great deal of intensification of the energy. Lately, it is transforming you. You have given yourself this time to, as you said, drop a few big chunks to increase your spontaneity and flexibility. Your body is releasing that which it has been holding. I think your body would benefit from some flexibility type of work too, perhaps yoga or something, running around. You can come over to this place where they shoot baskets. They shoot baskets here to play and to be crazy. The competition gets very fierce. Does it not?
Yeah.
Very competitive, this one. What I am getting at is, if you are over serious in your practice, it is time to play. So if this goes to for others of you, you know who you are. Again, there's no way to avoid this. I can only say that you will not be physically destroyed by the ascension process, though at times it may feel like you are. At times it may feel like you are experiencing symptoms that you are spiraling towards ill health or something. But generally it is more inconvenient experiences or physical ailments rather than something that is truly life-threatening or even debilitating. It does no good to destroy you on your way to the ships. We want you all to be whole and happy. Nevertheless, the transformation must take place, so don't say we didn't warn you. I think for you, when you feel this, do some jumping around or some type of shaking, like something that is an activity where you are bouncing around or jumping, that sort of thing. Shake yourself up a little bit. This will shake you out of your patterns.
I have a question. Is it necessary to feel a lot of pain as we're in this transition?
Absolutely not.
Because I find that the more I'm on my path, the happier and the healthier that I am. I feel like I'm getting better.
You are getting better. The symptoms I am addressing are symptoms that you are getting better. It's just that at times you are releasing a great deal of emotional blockages, etc., and it feels like you are not getting better. But the end result, as anyone can attest, is when you go through one of these periods, you come out the other side feeling much lighter, much more happy, and much closer to your goal, much more aligned and attuned. So it is quite possible that there are beings who will have a very graceful transition. It depends on what you have been holding within your emotional body and what work you have done previously to release limitation. All of the spiritual work that you have done in the past acts to assist you in the ascension process. It is very beneficial. So there is no need to create any more intensity. We will take care of that. It is the light It is the love. It feels like intensity, but it is light and love. If it feels like light and love, don't turn it into intensity. Just enjoy it. This is where you are headed. This is where you are merging towards.
Saint Germaine, what do you do to play, and what do the masters do to play? And people, beings who are not on this particular planet, what do you do to play?
The possibilities are innumerable. Oftentimes we come and speak to gatherings such as this. We find this very entertaining. The questions to us are very illuminating. This is how we understand you. We experience you spiritually, let me say, etherically, emotionally, but we also listen to what you are saying and thinking. This is how we know who you are and how to help you. So this is one aspect of our play. You might say that our work is our play. Aside from that, there are any number of options. There are beings who play golf. There are beings who take adventures through the universe. It depends on your situation, you see. If you are of the Ashtar Command and you are stationed aboard one of the ships, you can take advantage of the activities that are available, which are many. If you are a more angelic or a spiritual type being, then you can fly about the universe, creating. We play games. We have tests of skill, just as you do. If someone desires to create, let me say, a baseball diamond, they simply visualize a baseball diamond, and then of course they have to round up 18 people, 18 beings who are willing to play. But anything can happen, and does. We do a lot of laughing. We do a lot of rolling around. We are doing more work right now, lately, in this new age, in this transformation. So some of us are doing less play, but we always take time for ourselves. We have learned how to balance.
Thank you. I have another question. I too have been feeling happier and happier as the days go by, and as it gets closer to the time, to the point of ascension, and as you are working with us, will we feel like really healthy in our bodies? Will everything come to be balanced a lot more than it is now, so that we can go through this process of ascension?
It is an individual path, but this is the direction you are heading. It depends a lot on how long you have until you ascend. If you were to ascend next week, I do not think you would notice a great deal of difference in your overall health. Mm-hmm. If it were to be a year or two from now, I think you would experience a great deal of healing. You are being healed. I would not expect that you need to be 100% physically fit. It is more that your heart needs to be open to love. But the transformation and the work that we are doing and working with you is such that the end result will not only be spiritual enlightenment, but increased health and happiness and well-being. You see, it all goes together. If you are spiritually enlightened, you will automatically be free of most of the resistance in your emotional body that causes physical illness. So, you are on the path towards perfect health. You will attain it either before your ascension or after, but you will attain it. It is something to look forward to. You go through the processes. When you are in the middle of the process, sometimes you are full of doubt and confusion. Then you come through the other side as you would come through a bank of fog or a cloud, and back into the sunlight, and you experience more joy, more closeness with your higher self. It's part of the process. You all have your various clouds that you have yet to penetrate, and your beautiful experience of expansion and who you are growing into. So it is impossible for me to say generally, yes, everyone in this room will be totally healthy. At a certain point you will, but it is so individual and unique to your individual paths, and there is, of course, the unknown factor, that being time, with regards to lifting, but that is the direction you are headed. So I would view your path not only as one of spiritual enlightenment, but of healing, and know that the two will go together. It is part of your loving yourself, you see. You're allowing your emotional body to clear that which has caused your illnesses, and this is self-love. Sometimes self-love is allowing yourself to have a process of release, which will result in your health. But focus on the positive and be happy. This is what we desire for you. Have a sense of humor. It is very beneficial. The sense of humor is like a sharp sword that goes before you and cuts through all the chaos and clouds, so that it doesn't cling to you, so that you don't take it too seriously.
Germaine, how do you tell when you're ruffling someone's feathers, or when maybe the way you're speaking is a little bit unloving? How do you tell the difference?
Well, I would say if they punch you, it is a little bit too intense. You have to trust your feelings and your common sense in this. If you are addressing someone and you are receiving a reflection of discomfort, then perhaps you are not reaching them on their particular wavelength, or perhaps you are. May not be that you are not being loving, but that you are telling them something that they are not ready to hear. I think it is a tricky business being in a human body and interrelating with human beings, especially at this time. Everyone has a great deal of process that they are undergoing. So it is sometimes difficult to get someone even to sit still and communicate with you for a moment. Is there a particular area that you are thinking of in terms of your communications? What are you communicating about?
Well, ever since I started this Ascension thing, I say things quite naively, and I get into trouble. And I was just wondering, is my presentation too strong, or I don't think I say anything nasty to people, but I seem to shake the mouth a little bit sometimes. I don't know what's going on.
Well, there is a common belief in the world at large that you need to suffer and you need to die. And you are telling people by your own presence and by your own enthusiasm, etc., that you do not believe this. So it is very confronting to them. So I think that it is not that you are being too strong, but that you are being yourself. And it is difficult for others to accept someone who is becoming free of what they themselves are entrenched and trapped by. So it is a little bit threatening, this whole idea of ascension. It is not time to rush out and tell everyone that you see on the street that you don't have to die. It is for you to use your discrimination. So I would say for you to be a little bit more cautious or a little bit more open to where others are in their experience, in their awareness. Pay attention to them and listen to them. If you listen to them, you will learn. And you will, in this learning, know how to address them and to what level you can speak of these matters, these radical ideas. It is not necessary to speak of these ideas to everyone. It is more important to love. And by loving, that opens their hearts. And when their hearts are open, they will perhaps be open to the information also. So if you are encountering a lot of resistance, perhaps you are a little bit strong, but I think there is also an aspect of this that is a challenge and a test. All of you are experiencing to some degree, if you are on this ascension path, that there are challenges and tests along the way. It is part of the process. It is part of the road that you are walking. So I would say for yourself to just love yourself and do not put yourself in situations where you feel not a lack of openness for this. Or if you find yourself with people like this, simply meditate and love and send them love from your heart. And this will do the job for now. This will do what can be done. That in itself is confronting enough for many people. But don't stop being happy. And don't stop being joyful. And you can be somewhat spontaneous. You will learn by your own, what you receive by reflections, how to act and how to address. This is part of your learning how to communicate, I think. There is a lesson in it for you to learn to develop your communications skills. And by communication skills, I do not mean choosing the right exact phraseology. I mean learning to penetrate into the heart of those you are addressing with love and consideration and respect. So listen more also.
How's the critical mass story that triggered the ascension? Are more star seeds awakening?
Yes, definitely. More are awakening. It is a funny situation. You see, there is a constant state of flux. But overall, there is a great deal of light. In fact, the light that is being manifested through you, through all of your meditations, is somewhat allowing for more time to be given to this planet and somewhat easing the transformation process. I would say it is time for you to perhaps consider all those who are yet unaware of the ascension and the waves, who are starseeds, and consider that the longer it takes before the first wave happens, the more of them will be aware and the more will be experiencing that joyful event. You see, if the ascension would have happened, let me say, in April, and you had not taken the ascension class, perhaps you would have not gone on that wave of the ascension. Now you are in the situation where those other beings were, who knew about it, who were longing to go. So you can have the necessary compassion and understanding towards those who are still unawakened, and do what you can to enjoy yourself, manifest your own path as it is developing quite beautifully, but also try to have some patience for all those who are yet to come and all those who are just learning about Ascension. It should be your desire and your goal, if I may be so bold as to suggest, that you consider that the more the merrier. So it is proceeding well, it is proceeding quite beautifully. I know very little concerning the dates and times.
Saint Germaine, so the more people who are awakening, does that mean that the ascension does not need to happen immediately or right away?
Well, it does need to happen immediately in cosmic time, but as far as your time goes, it does not need to happen immediately. You see, a month to you may be like a minute to us. So what is immediate to us is the first wave of the Ascension. It may not seem immediate to you who are waiting. So there is, in effect, an experience or a manifestation here that all of the work that the light workers are doing in their meditations and in their healings is doing somewhat to assist in the release and the healing of the planet. And in effect, this is postponing somewhat the cataclysmic events, or easing them a little bit, and creating perhaps a little bit more time for those other beings to awaken. But I do not think it will be to such an extent that it postpones the first wave of the Ascension dramatically. I would not be afraid that your good works are going to result in your having to stay here indefinitely. So there is, in effect, an earth healing or a planetary healing that you are all participating in. It will not be of the magnitude to make the first wave of Ascension unnecessary. We are proceeding with this plan. It is a solid bet at this point. All the light you are manifesting, all the growth you are undergoing is having an incredible effect on humanity. It is the same effect you will have as ascended masters, yet it is a little bit more invisible to you and not quite so pronounced, but the same channeling of light and love is occurring. I am feeling the call to do some meditation. Are there any more questions?
I have one, Saint Germaine. In learning how to love myself unconditionally, I'm seeing very clearly that there's an imbalance of my work life with the rest of my life. I've always put an awful lot of energy and time into my work, which is usually service, and so I rationalize it that way. But I'm just finding that I'm burning out from the imbalance, and I feel locked in my limitations of my mind about that. So I was wondering if there is a particular master I should call upon, or if give me some guidance on how to break through that. So it's coming to a head.
I think that the first thing you need to do is open to the possibility that you do not need to burn out in order to support yourself in this world. Open to the possibility and to the dream or the acceptance or the affirmation that you can create a different way of manifesting, or a different experience in the way that you manifest, or a restructuring of your work life in some way, you need to open up to this possibility or probability rather than feeling locked into it, as you say, mentally. Your feelings of feeling locked in are that which somewhat inhibits your ability to manifest a new experience. So the first thing you need to do is to open up, as you know, to the self-love, to the worthiness, and to the importance of yourself not burning out, you see. You need to place yourself in a position of higher importance. Your own experience of love and peace and satisfaction needs to be at a very high priority for you, more so even than to your work. I think this adjustment is being made with you as you are being more aware of the effects of your activities upon your body and spirit. So, love yourself enough to put yourself at a little bit higher priority. Love yourself enough to open to the possibility of creating a new situation. You have some freedom in this as far as what you desire to affirm for, and do affirmations. But definitely do affirmations to create a new way of manifesting income for yourself. You may call upon me. I would be happy to assist you. I think that if you would like, you may call upon Watana also. He is a very powerful being and will help you to ground, and grounding this energy that you are experiencing will help you to feel less burned out and less frazzled. No one wants to feel fried out. No one wants to feel that their own lifestyle is destroying them on some level. Many have had this experience, and many have transcended it and gone beyond and created something new. So allow a little bit of flexibility in your thoughts. If you desire to make this a gradual transformation, you may do so by simply affirming. Perhaps take some time off for yourself. Be a little bit more outrageous if you can see your way to do this. But know that you are deserving of it, and know that you are not hurting anyone else by taking care of yourself. You are only giving more. By giving to yourself, you have more to give others. It is very important for you to nurture yourself. There will be something new for you if you desire it. You have the power. You are a very powerful person. You can create it. It is for you to believe in it, first of all. And then open your mind to the other possibilities. Perhaps dream some dreams. Dream about your ideal work life or your ideal way of manifesting money. Allow yourself to dream. And as I said, dream big. The more enthusiasm you can put into this dream, the more excitement you can generate about it, the more likely it will manifest for you. But call upon me and call upon Watan also. We will assist you. I am here for you. Call upon the violet flames. If you need to do some emotional release, perhaps, I think there is a good chance there will be some activity of this nature around this issue. Oftentimes when you begin to open to more self-love, you encounter areas where you have been withholding from yourselves, and you encounter the need to release something that has been blocking you, or something that has been a little bit more dense in your emotional body. So allow this to take place also. If you need healing, get healing. Whatever you need for yourself, give it to yourself. You are a beautiful being. You are becoming more beautiful all the time. Our love for you is immense. So let's do a little bit of meditation together. I am going to be working with you each individually, internally. Jesus is here also. Watana is here also. Many others, your guides, are here. For you, it is only to breathe this evening. Focus your attention on your breath and relax. Breathe into your stomachs. Hold no tension in your bodies. I am surrounding you all with the violet flames, the manifestation of the violet ray of light which transforms and burns away painlessly all limitations and all blocks, all pain. So simply sit and breathe and allow yourselves to receive this beautiful energy that we will be showering, that we are showering. Breathe in the love. Receive. Give yourself an opportunity to receive. Receive your own breath in a new way with relaxed concentration. Know you are breathing in the love. I would like to ask each of you now to think within yourselves what it is you would like to accept in your life, what you would like to accept more of, whether it be prosperity and abundance or more love, whatever it is you feel the desire for at this time, whatever you feel you need more of. Say to yourself, I am accepting, and whatever it is afterwards. Don't forget to say, I am accepting. Repeat this a few times internally to yourselves. So, my dear friends, thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for allowing me to share my presence with you. I love you so much. Please remember what I have told you this evening about self-love and receiving. It is important for you. It is vital to you. In whatever ways you can, love yourselves. Receive. Know that the universe will support you, especially as you pursue your enlightenment goal. There is more support than ever. And have faith. The unfoldment of your divine selves is so beautiful to behold. And don't forget to play. I love you all. Good night.
Good night.